My name's Sally and I'm a transplant coordinator for the NHS, and I'm also team manager for the Transplant Games. The Games started over 45 years ago. Its aim was to promote organ donation, healthy living after transplantation, and also as peer support for our recipients. Kidney transplant recipients can receive from either a deceased donor, so somebody who's died and their last wish was to donate their organ, or from a living donor, normally somebody that they know offers them one of their kidneys. I started the team after COVID because transplant patients had a really difficult time during COVID as they had to shield, and we saw a lot of mental health issues. And I wanted to do something really positive for them once shielding was lifted. So we started Team Brighton. We've only been running for 4 years, but we've had huge success.
My name's David. I received my transplant in September 2023 after 5 years on dialysis and 20 years of kidney failure. Transplant Games is the opportunity to represent your hospital that you're looked after by. It basically runs the same as the proper Olympics. So there's a venue each year in the UK where supporters and competitors from their respective hospitals arrive and compete against each other, but the one common denominator is we all have had transplants of some sort. So yeah, great opportunity to meet other people in the same situation.
I've attended the Transplant Games twice and I hope to attend this year as well. I received a kidney transplant in 2019 through the sharing scheme. My friend Abby donated her kidney to me. The kidney disease that I've got is polycystic kidney disease, so it's a hereditary disease. So for me it's really important to share that this disease and kidney transplants, it doesn't mean the end, that actually there is life beyond having a kidney transplant and that it can be amazing. And that's something that perhaps I hadn't thought of myself. So it's lovely for me to see that and to celebrate it. It's a really important message that I feel that I need to share with my loved ones so that they are aware that actually it's okay. I think what I've found is the Transplant Games have kind of allowed me to get back into exercise, to go to the gym where there's more people, to push myself a bit further. And I think prior to that I was being quite cautious actually. So it's definitely changed me personally, physically and mentally, yeah.
So last year was my first Transplant Games. When I arrived I was in not a bad place but not a good place in the head regarding my transplantation, even though my life had taken a massive step forward. The fact that a family had lost a member of their family, it's just hard to get your head around at the time. But when you have the opportunity at the Transplant Games to sort of say to other people, it's really, I can't get my head around this, 9 times out of 10 everyone has, after their transplant, felt the same. So everyone supports each other. Because obviously after your transplant, you're in quite a lot of pain and there's quite a lot of changes to your body after years of dialysis or medication. Me personally, I've put on lots and lots of weight, and if you can get more active and you're more encouraged to, because otherwise it's just a leaflet given to you at an appointment and there's no follow-up. Whereas if you've gone to Transplant Games, you think, okay, maybe next year I'll do something different. So you've got the opportunity within a year to get to a stage where you could compete in that event. And even if you're not fantastic at it, there's no judgment. That's one thing at the Games, nobody judges anybody. You're all there because you've had a transplant of some description. When you're in hospital it's all regimented. But when the Transplant Games are on, you build that relationship which carries on once you left the Games. And then you're raising money for the next game, so you're always in contact with everyone in between the 12 months it takes to get to the next game the following year.
Yeah, I have to say approaching a transplant is interesting. When I knew I was going to have a transplant, Sally was actually really pestering me to say, not pestering is not the right word, but saying like, we should do it, we should totally do it. You were really into cycling and all these other things. You should be the guy that, you should do it. And I think if I had known, like if I had had a way of seeing like what was next, then it would have made me feel even better. Because I hadn't seen it. None of us had. We were the first time we went. So yeah, I think it would have made a big difference for me, and I can see it makes a difference for other people too when you talk to them. So we were the first people there. It was a really, I say, small team. There was a handful of us, as in we fit on one tiny table in TGI Fridays, I think, for our meal. I take my fiancée Beth. She's come each time. And that's nice. We get to do it together, and she loves supporting the rest of the team as well. And we both do, but as in it's just a nice community sort of thing to do. And also there was this recent year, Quinn came with me, so my donor, and I won this year, which was really cool. And on like the last lap, I was done with the race, and. Quinn was stood there he ran out in the track and was like, "Come on!" He was like, "You can't." I was like, "Okay, well I can't lose now." Like no way. And then winning was really cool, and it meant like quite a lot because Quinn was there, and Sally and Noelle and the rest of the sort of like staff, and Adrienne was there. And they were quite emotional, and that was cool because obviously they put like a lot of effort into you, which is a weird way of me explaining it, but that is true. Like there's so much work that goes into that, and also not to mention like all of the completely unpaid work that goes into making sure that the transplant games can happen for people, which should be paid work in my view. But yeah, the transplant games has improved my relationship with the staff at Brighton Hospital no end. Yeah, it's brilliant. The reason the transplant games has helped break down those barriers is spending more time together, being able to like step out of that kind of I'm the patient, you're the nurse or doctor or whatever it is, and you can kind of remove those hats for a bit and just have conversations, and it doesn't always have to be about your health. I think for me that's really good because I actually don't love talking about my condition or whatever I've had go on. Like I think I said before, I don't like that it defines me or can define me, so I avoid that where possible. So being able to talk to someone normally when I go into the hospital rather than the only topic can be your health is really nice.